Hey there, good looking. Join me for what's going to be a super fun and sweaty HIIT workout. Listen, we're going to cycle periods of high intensity followed by lower intensity exercise throughout the entire workout. And we're placing an emphasis on bone health with this workout. So that means we're going to include some jumping. So jumping stimulates bone growth as well as helps improve our joints. However, I recognize that not everybody loves to jump, so I will be offering alternatives as well. Now for equipment, please grab a bench or a chair, okay? Something sturdy to place your hands up, because the second exercise in all of our circuits are the lower intensity exercise, and we're going to use that chair or bench. Now for my intermediate and advanced people, you could sub the chair out if you own a Bosu ball and use a Bosu ball, okay? Just throwing some options for you. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, before we get started, if you'd like to track your fitness with a watch, press start now. For reference, I chose the HIIT setting on my Apple Watch. All right, I'm not sure if Max is in the frame, but my puppy's here. So apologies if he starts acting up as I start jumping. Puppies, you know, they lose their brains every so often. Let's get those feet shoulder width or wider, toes slightly turned out, push the hips rear and sink down into a squat. Now, if this is the first deep knee flexion movement you've done today, maybe a mini squat feels more comfortable for you. I want to remind you that the warm-up is meant to sort of start out a gradual process, working towards workout level by the end of the warm-up. We're preparing the muscles, the joints, the heart for the exercises. So I want you to take it at a level that feels good for you. Let's go for 4 here. 3, 2, 1. Now, heel to bum, knee soft. Now we're going to get into the hamstrings here. A little wider with the feet. Knee stays underneath the hips. Excellent. Maybe use those arms. So for today's workout, we have 4 circuits. In between each circuit, we get a little bit of a water break. Our work time is 20 seconds. And we alternate between 2 movements, a high intensity or high impact, and then a lower intensity using our chair or bench. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Find yourself to the end of the mat for me. Little mini squat. Give me 3 side squats or shuffles, and then 3 back. So we're just going to get into the hips a little bit. If you need to come out of that squat at the end of the mat, go for it. We want toes, knees, hips, shoulders tracking straight ahead. Beautiful. We're here for 30 seconds. Again, we want to really get those joints, muscles warmed up. Now, this is an all-standing workout if you choose to use the chair. As I mentioned in the intro, for my my intermediate advanced people, if you own a Bosu ball, whenever we use the chair, you could use a Bosu. And for my advanced people, whenever we use a chair, you can also use the ground. Last time, come back. Excellent. Now let's take it into a single leg kick and then the other side. So let's get the kick up. Hand can come a little lower if you need to, but I really want you to emphasize the leg lifting, getting that dynamic stretch into the hamstring, and working our balance a bit too. Breathe it. Four more. Last one. Beautiful. Arm circles. We will be weight bearing on the arms, which is also really good for the bones of our wrists and shoulders. Where we place the stress for our joint is where the bone will see the improvement. So if we're doing a push-up, it's not going to do a lot for the lumbar spine bone, but it'll do great for the wrists and shoulders. And then vice versa. If we do, for instance, a weighted squat, that's great for the lumbar spine, not so great for the wrists. So it's great to get a mix of it. Now open and close. Good. Oop, Puppy Max got bored. He's tapping out. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, march it out for me. We're gonna get busy about 30 seconds. If you need a sip of water, please grab it now. Let's get our chair, bench, or Bosu ball, whatever you're using, set up. Now, mini-me is gonna be in the corner showing you the low impact version. So we've got a squat jump, or you can do a squat heel lift with mini-me. Whatever is gonna get the heart rate up and wherever you're feeling you wanna do today, right? Sometimes you just don't wanna jump. So, we have 20 seconds. We're moving in 3, 2, 1. Join me. Drive up. Land soft. Reset. Good. Chest lifted. Woo. So this is obviously our high intensity move for our HIIT. We're going to follow this with a mountain climber with our hands on the chair, or my advanced people, if you want to bring it to the ground, go for it. So let's get wrists under shoulders. Nice long plank for me. Shoulders back and down. Drive the knee in, other knee. So we can keep it in kind of this marching pattern, or if you feel you can run it, you can do that as well. Remembering though that this needs to be kind of a lower intensity so that we can go all out on the next round for our squat jumps. We want to stay on top of those wrists. Nice long body. Time. All right, we march it in between. We got 10-second break. Squat jump or mini-me, squat heel lift. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Land soft. Ninja. Good. Woo, burning in those quads. Woo, march it. So it's really cool that we're pushing you guys more to do the jumps because it is so beneficial. Mountain climbers, for your joints, for your bones. As we get older, we're not fragile little flowers. We can train hard. We just have to do it in a progressive manner. Listen to our bodies. And we can rock it. Trainer's promise. I've been doing this a long time and I'm getting older myself, so. All right, 3rd round. Remember, it's 4 rounds total. Squat jump or heel lift. Whew. All right, mountain climber. If you're using the Bosu, you can do the blue dome up or the black, the bottom part up. Mountain climbers, walk it in or jog it in. Stay on top of those wrists. Nice long line. So we've got core involved here. And then as I mentioned, weight bearing on the wrists and shoulders, getting the bone there. Time. And make sure my timer's all the way up. Okay, this is it. Last one. Squat jump, go. Or heel lift. It's the last 10 seconds, isn't it? Yeah. The first 10, you're like, yeah, I got this. And then at like the halfway mark, you're like, ow, don't got this. All right, mountain climbers, and then we break. 3, 2, 1, go. Softness in the elbows, but they're pretty straight, right? Whew. Wrist under those shoulders. Come on. There's that halfway mark. So remember, this shouldn't be the super intense one of the 2 moves. We're catching our breath here. March it. All right. Excellent. Grab some water. Keep moving the feet while you sip, please. Cheers. Okay. Next 2, jumping jack. Mini-me will be in the corner showing you a low impact version. And then we're going to do a mountain climber, but with a bit of a variation. We're going to add a pause to it. You got 10 seconds. All right. Your low impact jack looks like that. High impact. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, everybody. Land soft. Or if you don't have anyone living below you and you really want to work the bone, land a little harder. Again, it's that impact that works for bone. Whew. All right, let's get in that mountain climber position. Again, you choose your weapon, chair, bench, Bosu, ground, wrists under shoulders. Now I want you to drive the knee in, hold it, and then switch. So it's a pause, about a breath, and then you got to kind of hop it and bring the other knee in. If you don't want to hop it, you can step it, right? There's always workarounds. Okay? What there isn't is stopping, right? So you can play around with what intensity you want to be at today. Jumping jack, round 2. And then you'll quite often surprise yourself. You might have experienced this. The last thing you wanted to do was work out. And then you push play and you get energized. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, does it, right? Putting out energy is actually giving us energy, but it happens. So cool. All right, mountain climber pause. Get set up, wrists under shoulders, drive the knee in, pause it, step it or jump it, other side. I'm really feeling this in my core. March it. Are you? I'm waiting for your answer. Let me know below. Pardon me, jumping jack. So again, we want to make sure that that secondary exercise, yeah, it's hard, but your breathing comes down. You can talk if somebody asked you a question. All right, this one, breathing's elevated. Someone asks you a question like, tell you in a bit. Okay, and that's a HIIT. That's how HIITs work. Mountain climber pause, knee in, hold. So it's up to you to drive that intensity for those 20 seconds of hard, of what's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be different for each person. Whew. All right. Last time doing these, we'll grab a water. Jumping jack, low or high, impact, let's go. Woo! All right, mountain climber pause. Again, we can elevate the hands or you can be on the ground. If that's where you want to be today, knee in, pause it there, please, and then switch. Switch. One more. Woo! All right, maybe shake out the hands, the wrists. Grab a quick sip of water. Moving into our third circuit. Remember, we have 4 total. I'm going to be doing bounding, where I bound forward and then I'm going to shuffle back. Your bound, if you want to give that impact a try, could be a little one and then step it back. I want you to play around with it or do monster walks with mini-me. Okay? End of the mat, please. Bound as much as you feel comfortable and then shuffle back or stay low with your squat and walk forward and back like mini-me's doing. But I encourage you, this is a good one to try out a little bit of impact because you can just do a little jump forward and you'll feel safe and then maybe you get a bit deeper each time. All right, let's get into a plank position here. All right, left leg taps out, then right leg. So plank tap outs. Hips stay low. Again, this can be done off a Bosu, off the ground. All right, I like that one. Feels good in the hips. So we're bounding or monster walk with mini-me. 20 seconds, let's go. Now, if you're bounding with me, we want to use the arms. The arms are going to help you get that length and that height. So arms go back, then they come up as you jump forward. All right, arms are always coordinated with the legs. Here we go, take it down. Plank tap out, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're relatively fit, maybe a plank jack is gonna work for you. Remembering that this needs to be the lower intensity of the two moves. So I don't want that heart rate to stay right jacked up or get higher. So choose your exercise. All right, bound or monster walk. Whew. So I'm gonna start in that squat, my arms are back, and then bound forward and shuffle back. Arms back, chest lifted, head up, bound. Whew. I almost launched myself into the chair there. How you doing with that? Good? All right, we'll do a high five when it's all done. Trainer's promise. Here we go. Plank taps or jacks. Stay over those wrists. Long line of the body. So what does that mean? That means I don't want the bum up. When we're tapping like that, we're gonna get a heck of a lot more core and more bone building in the wrist and shoulder by being weight bearing with the hips down and a long line of your body. It's a lot to get out there and I only have 20 seconds to do it. Here we go, we're bounding. Sink down, arms back, chest up. Arms up, you jump. Come on, this one's fun. I know my fun could be slightly different than your fun though. I've been accused of that in the past. All right, here we go. Imagine being married to me. Yeah, my husband, he deserves an award. Here we go. Tap it or jack it. But I do tell him, you are married to a hot wife, so there's your reward. We get water break, 5 seconds. Whew. All right, shake out those wrists, right? Yeah, that kind of gets me too, but not so bad that I need to get out of the exercise, so hopefully same with you. We're on our last one. We have high skips or alternating knee up with mini-me. And then a different type of plank using our chair or your Bosu or the ground. For the high skips, you're gonna step forward, knee drive. We're gonna leave the ground or you're gonna stay on the ground, up to you. But see what I'm doing with the arms? And it's contralateral. So I've got the opposite arm driving as that knee comes up. Breathe it. Now, I don't know the exact percentage, but I would say that at least 25% of your jump actually comes from the upper body. So let's get in that plank. We're gonna do something a little different. I want you to take that right leg, step it under across. Left leg, step it under. So scissor the legs. This is actually a really nice hip stretch too, if I allowed you to stay here and stretch. But it's not that time of the workout yet, so keep moving your ass, please. March it. All right, so you want a little room in front of you, right? Because we're gonna step, knee drive. Yeah, let's do it, come on. This is another one where if you typically don't do impact, maybe you can start playing around with it. All right, plank leg reaches. I had no idea what to call this, so I thought of that really inventive name. Maybe plank scissors, yeah. I still want you to stay squared to your chair or the ground. And we're not pausing there, right? Like I said, this isn't the stretch. We're continuously moving the legs through that. Good. All right. High skips, knee drive. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Use that arm. Reach it. Knee drive. Good. How do you like the outfit today? I'm quite impressed with it myself, if I don't say so myself. So I saw this top on athleta.com, and I thought, this is navy blue with white piping. It's only ever going to go with one thing, navy blue pants. Take it down. Or white pants if you're brave enough to wear white leggings. I am not. But I think it's a cute look. But again, I can only really wear it with navy. Pants are Athleta as well, if you ask. Shoes are Lululemon. There you go. I hit all the high-end fitness wear places. Here we go, high skips. Let's go. These are our last 2 moves. Yes! We're killing it today. One more. Whew. All right. Plank leg reaches. Shoulders back and down. Long line of the body. Under. Last one. Woo, baby. I promised high five. Let's do it. High five. 1, 2, 3. High five. Nice. All right. Let the heart rates come down. Grab a sip of water. Keep moving the feet, please. We'll do a couple of stretches and then you can continue on with your day. I'm proud of you. And if you tried a little bit of jumping for the first time, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I don't want to be too bossy pants because I recognize that this is your fitness journey. It's not my journey forcing it down your throat. But I do want to tell you the pros of that impact, which are plentiful if you enjoy and are able to do it. And that the number one being bone health. Okay. If you still feel like the heart rates are going, push pause, keep marching it out. If you're with me, let's take a leg up, press the hips back, stretch into the hamstring. There's many in my community at Over 50 Fitness that never jumped before and then slowly, and again, I was talking about that progressive overload. So they would add 1 round of jumping once a week to their program, and then they were smart about it and then added and layered some more. And now they're able to do many of the jumps that we do. Other side. I think for far too long, when I first started in the industry, we were really babying older adults. And I'm considered an older adult. Anybody over 50 is. And we shouldn't be, right? We need to actually be tougher and stronger than ever before because aging is not easy. But it needs to be done holding on to, here we go, hold on to chair or wall. It needs to be done in a progressive way. So that would mean, as I mentioned, maybe choosing next time you do this workout, if you didn't do the impact, maybe just choosing 1 exercise to do the impact. And then do that consistently for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then add another one. Most injuries in fitness happen because we go too hard, too quickly. Let's do the other side. So play it smart. and you will be aging stronger than anyone else. Trainer's promise. There you go. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next workout. Bye.